name is Kasun Madushan and my student ID is MS20906726. Today I am going to demonstrate important areas about DevSecOps and how it applies to an organizations. Okay, this is the content today I am going to demonstrate. What is DevOps? What is DevSecOps? Difference between DevOps and DevSecOps. Key principle of DevSecOps. Key aspects of DevSecOps. Benefits of DevSecOps and DevSecOps software life cycle, DevSecOps ecosystem, and conceptual model of DevSecOps and security pillars that can be introduced ESA and DoD organizations. And DevSecOps use tools and its features and benefits, and DevSecOps challenges, and finally conclusion. Okay. First of all, we want to know what is the DevOps. DevOps is the practice of development and operation engineers participating together in the entire service life cycle, from design to the development process to production support. Also can refer as combination of cultural philosophy, practices and tools. Here I briefly explain about what actual DevOps is. Okay, now we look at what is the DevSecOps. DevSecOps is the answer to integrating different challenges into coherent and effective approach to software delivery. It is a new method that helps identify security issues in the development process rather than after producer release. This image clearly shows what will happen after implementing security into DevOps. Okay, now we will move to the next slide. This image clearly shows the difference between DevOps and DevSecOps. DevOps engineers' primary objective is to take the predictability, efficiency, and security of software development to the highest level possible. DevSecOps is a further development of the DevOps concept that, beside automation, address the issues of the code quality and reliable assurance. However, while DevOps prioritize delivery speed and DevSecOps shift security to the left. Okay, I think you all can get clear idea about what is the difference between these two. Okay, now we will move to the next slide. Here I list down few DevSecOps principles. These principles need to implement DevSecOps in organization. Rest of these things we can take some other principle as automate as many development and deployment practices as possible. Also empower developers to influence security changes. Also use common tools from requirement and planning stages to operation and implementation stages. Also use agile software principles and prefer small, frequent, and incremental updates to large separate releases. Finally, security risks to the underlying infrastructure need to be measured and also quantified, because then only understand the overall security impact and risk to the software application. That is all about DevSecOps principle. Now we will move to the next slide. Okay, here you can see few key aspects of DevSecOps, like process integration, security architecture, compliance, security tooling in continuous integration and continuous development. Other than these things, version control, metadata and orchestration, and incident management can take as a key aspects of DevSecOps. Okay. That's all about key aspects. Now we will move to the next slide. Okay. Here describes DevSecOps provide a lot of benefits to organization and application. Here I will explain some benefits that are provide DevSecOps to the organization. First one is reduce the vulnerabilities of the codes. as well as through using DevSecOps minimize the waste of applications exploit. Also reduce the downtime of the application. Not only that, it increases the application security, stability and availability. It also saves cost in resource management and minimize the risk and legal liability. These mentioned points can take as major benefits of DevSecOps. Okay, let's see move to the next slide. A few years back, developers worked exclusively in the waterfall software development lifecycle. With this deployment would take place every 1 to 2 months and deploy large monolithic applications over the weekend. Also, the security team would get participated in the production monitoring and test the application after it's deployed. This caused significant problem to the organization that had to be a high cost when security breaches were discovered. To avoid these problems, the best solution is to embed security to each and every phase in the software development life cycle. The DevSecOps life cycle contains 9 phases. Here I mention it like plan, develop, build, test, release, delivery, deploy, operate, monitor and security. In DevSecOps software life cycle, each and every phase embedded security. With DevSecOps, the software development life cycle is not a monolithic linear process. The DevSecOps lifecycle is adaptable and it has many feedback loops for continuous improvements. Okay, that's all about DevSecOps software lifecycle. Now we will move to the next slide. Okay, the DevSecOps ecosystem is a set of process workflows and tools that are created and executed with the tools to support all the activities all over the DevSecOps lifecycle. The DevSecOps ecosystem consists of three subsystems, such as software factory, planning section, and production operation. The DevSecOps administration team is responsible for administrating the ecosystem tools and automating the process workflows. This is the picture of DevSecOps ecosystem. Okay, that's all about the DevSecOps ecosystem. Now we will move to the next slide. Considering the conceptual model in DevSecOps contain one or more software factories, and each software factory contains one or more pipelines. This diagram shows each software factory contains only one continuous integration and one continuous development orchestrator. Okay, that's all about the conceptual model of DevSecOps. We will move to the next slide. Okay. When it comes to the DevSecOps security pillars, according to the Cloud Security Alliance, they separate DevSecOps security into 6 pillars. In here, I describe one by one separately. First one is collective responsibility. That, that means changing the mindset of the organization, its custom, behaviors and ideas regarding software security. With the security in a DevSecOps organization, security should no longer be seen as responsibility of another person. Also, security can't be viewed as separate and different from the business goals. Therefore, everyone should be responsible for the organization stance. Second one is collaboration and integration. There is a gap between the resources and knowledge in the software landscape across security, development and operation. Also, without the collaboration of the organization around implementing security, success will be limited. Security only can be achieved through collaboration. Third one is pragmatic implementation. That means companies often end up acquiring tools and ad hoc solutions that are harder to operationalize, difficult to implement, and ultimately don't procure actionable insights that can be used to mitigate actual security risk. Therefore, they recommend digital security and privacy model to ensure trust, safety, and privacy in the digital society. Also, this model will fulfill the unmet need of connecting all the stakeholders, as well as also security is built into applications and the software lifecycle that produces applications. Fourth one is bridging compliance and development. Through this security pillar, eliminating the development and compliance gap and recognize which one is applicable control and translating them to appropriate software measure. By using these controls can be automated and measure the quality of the risk mitigation. Fifth one is automation. Through automation, easily can avoid manual coding errors and introduce automated security practices. Through this, they can reduce manual process and can easily increase software efficiency and minimize rework. Last one is measure, monitor, report, and action pillar. Through this can monitor vulnerability remediation time, frequency of deployment, automated testing per application, and test the percentage of the code. The result during software development and after delivery must be reported, measured, and monitored. That's all about 6 pillars of security. Now we will move to the next slide. Okay, this is the picture of how Department of Defense organizations separate their security. Here they separate their security into 4 pillars like organization, process, technology, and governance. Inside the organization, they mention few security criteria like cultural shift and bind, communication and collaboration, security and quality assurance, learn more about failures, and finally feedback and user-driven changes. Under process security pillar, collaborative design, test-driven development, common and automated tasks, continuous adaptation and improvements can take as security areas that need to concern. Under technology, they mention tool adoption, automation and orchestration, cloud and containerization, infrastructure as a code, and security as a code. Also under governance, built-in governance control, uniform policy enforcement, data-driven validation, enhanced visibility, inherited certification and authorization can take as other security areas that Department of Defense organization normally follow. Okay, that's all. Now we will move to the next slide. Here I list down few DevSecOps tools according to the every stage of the software development life cycle. In planning phase, we can use team collaboration tool, issue tracking tool, asset inventory management tool, data modeling tool, and so on. Also, by using these tools, can take few benefits as earlier identify issues and mitigate the issues, increase team efficiency and minimize cost. These are the few benefits that provide planning phase tools. Next one is development phase tool. In development phase, we can use integrated development tool and source code repository tool as key tools. Also, by using these tools, can take few benefits as through visual representation, improve efficiency, increase bug fixing speed, and the file comparing facility. Next one is build phase tool. In build phase, we can use container build tool, artifact repository tool, and static application security test tool. Also, by using these tools, can take few benefits as reduce human mistakes, increase code reliability, and finding errors before execution. Next one is test phase tool. In test phase tool, we can use test development tool, test management tool, network security and database test tool as an important tools. Also, by using these tools can take few benefits as increase test loyalty and increase the test automation speed. Next one is release and delivery phase tools. In release and delivery phase, we can use release packaging tool as a key tool. Also, by using these tools, we can ensure that they have completed build, pass all the tests and security analysis. Next one is deploy phase tool. In deploy phase tool, we can divide it into two main categories like virtual machine deployment and container deployment. Through this tool, easily can prevent data losses and provide data security and privacy. Next one is operate phase tool. In operate phase, we can use backup management and operation dashboard tools. By using these tools, we can increase failure recovery and all other operation management. Next one is monitor phase tool. In monitor phase, we can use database monitoring tool and database security audit tool as a main tool, and also by using these tools we can increase continuous database operation and assist troubleshooting issues. Last one is security. Consider about security, it is not a separate section in the DevSecOps lifecycle. Rather, every security activity takes place in all phases of the lifecycle. This DevSecOps security practice enables automated risk characterization, mitigation, and monitoring over the lifecycle of the application. That is all about DevSecOps tools and features of the tools. Now we will move to the next slide. Here you can see some other DevSecOps tools. Some of the tools can be used as free and some of the tools are proprietary. This image clearly shows what are the tools and what are the industrial use tools. Some of the famous tools you can see Docker, Git, Selenium we can take as a testing tool and so on. Okay, let's see move to the next slide. Here I list 4 different DevSecOps challenges. First one is reluctance to integrate. It is normally referred as enabling teams to work in tandem with each other rather than independent of each other. That is the basic definition of this, the first point of the DevSecOps challenge. Second one is clash of the tools. That means there are plenty of tools available in the market now to implement DevSecOps. The first challenge lies in choosing ones that fit well. The second challenge is to properly integrate them in order to build, deploy, and test in continuous manner. It is not an easy task to bring together tools from various departments and sync them on one platform. That is about the second point. Third one is implementing security in continuous integration and continuous development. That means security has always been seen as something that comes at the end of development. But with DevSecOps, security become a part of a continuous integration and continuous development. Last one is chasing perfection. It is impossible to have a complete smooth process right off the bat. Many organizations give up because time is wasted in trying to make things work perfectly. That is about chasing perfection. That's all about the DevSecOps challenges. Now we will move to the last chapter, that's conclusion part. Okay. Actually, through this document, we have introduced key DevSecOps concepts, described the DevSecOps ecosystem, including the software factory and the sidecar container security stack, and indicated how the ecosystem should be set up and used. More details on the security pillars, tools, principles, challenges, and features of the DevSecOps. Finally, we shows how DevSecOps effectively used to the integrate effectively used and how it integrates to the organization and so on. Therefore, we use two most important papers. One is written by CSA group that name that refers as the 6 pillars of the DevSecOps security, and the one is introduced for Department of Defense that is also about DevSecOps security. Okay, I think you all have get very clear idea about DevSecOps technology, and that is all. Thank you for listening me. Have a nice day.